Hello.
All right. Good evening, everyone. We just want to hold on for 1 second. Hey, Mike, have you started the recording?
Sorry, Dick. Yes, we're good to go.
All right, perfect. All right. Good evening, everyone. My name is Nick Anderson. Most of you should know me as I've been on staff for a few years. This is my first year as the bowling lead. But this is the 2016 Regional Bowling Tournament webinar. We'll go through the locations and assignments. The lane assignments were also sent out 2 weeks ago, I guess, week and a half ago, by myself. There's no changes to those. We'll go over the schedule, a little bit about registration information, some quick rules reminders. We won't read through that whole section, as you all should know the rules by now, but there will be a few things that I will hit real quick. We'll go through some admin stuff and just information about who advances the states. All right, locations. So Gaithersburg, as mentioned, we have Carroll County, Charles, Montgomery, Prince George's, and then go ahead, Mike.
It's not advancing. If you're not sure about everybody else, but I still see the your titles.
It's not advancing. All right, let's see. That would be because I have it paused. Thank you, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
All right, there we go. Now everyone should be seeing the locations in front of us.
Yes, that looks great. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. At Gaithersburg, we have Carroll, Charles, Montgomery, and Prince George's, as well as all unified doubles. Again, that's just unified doubles. If you have traditional doubles in your county, those traditional doubles teams will be playing with the rest of your county at the assigned lanes. Ellicott City, we have Cecil, Hartford, Howard, and Baltimore City. Anne Arundel, or excuse me, Glen Burnie is Anne Arundel, Baltimore County, Calvert, and St. Mary's, as well as the Lower Shore. And in Frederick, we have Allegheny, Frederick, Garrett, and Washington. No change. As far as actual physical locations for the bowling alleys, there's no change in our bowling alleys. It's the same bowling alleys we used last year. Okay, schedule for the day. Delegation registration will be from 9 to 9:45. Opening ceremony will begin at 10. It'll be very brief, about 15 minutes. About 10:20, warm-ups will begin. Competition will begin around 10:30. Competition should end. It's tentative, as you all know. Some groups will bowl faster than others, but we would estimate competition being done around 1, and then at that time, awards presentations beginning. Registration. Final delegation registration lists will be sent by this upcoming Thursday. Just want to make sure I have the correct date there. Yep, Thursday the 10th. They will be sent to area leaderships and head coaches. General lane assignments will match. So the lane assignments will match the divisions, the naming of the divisions as best as possible. Lane assignments may change morning of based on any sort of equipment issues or anything that occurs once we arrive at the lanes the morning of, or if we're informed of anything prior to arriving, but after divisions were already, or divisions and lane assignments have already been sent out. Head coaches will need to report to delegation registration, not individual competitors, just the head coaches. Individual competitors should check in with their head coaches. Please inform your parents and your family members and your competitors of this, that they are to check in with you and not at the registration table. And then each competitor will have a name tag similar to the one that you see above, and it will have all the information you see: name, county, their role, what lane they're in, what event they're rolling in, what division there is. The coaches will receive extra sets of name tags, and then coaches will need to provide a list of scratches to delegation registration no later later than 9:45, so that's the end of delegation registration. That allows us time to adjust at the bowling alley as far as the electronic scoring goes. Events, again, it's singles, traditional doubles. Again, traditional doubles will be at each individual county's assigned lane, and then unified doubles, and again, all unified doubles will be bowling at Gaithersburg. As mentioned a couple weeks ago in the information that was sent out, ramp bowlers will be divisioned with all other competitors / teams in the same event. We will not be divisioning ramp bowlers separately. Ramp bowlers must be designated as assisted or unassisted. Assisted ramp bowlers, they must have a designated bowling assistant, and it must be provided by the bowler's bowling program. And then areas with larger numbers of ramp bowlers should bring additional ramps with them, just because your bowlers may be spread out across multiple lanes. Just a few reminders. We will be using the 100% of the handicap that's the normal based off the 100% of the difference of the bowler's average and 200. So the easiest way to say that is if a bowler has an average of 100, then their handicap is also 100. At the regional and the state tournament, everyone will bowl 3 games. And then also please remember that a game typically will be played on 2 lanes, a pair of lanes that are connecting, and that your bowlers will need to alternate. Again, it is at the tournament chair's discretion. There may be a reason that we suspend the alternating of lanes, but your bowlers should be prepared to alternate lanes. Ramp bowling and assistance, I just want to cover this again. I covered it in the preseason, and I sent out a couple reminders, but we're just going to cover it again real quick. Ramp bowlers are bowlers who cannot physically roll the ball. The bowling ramp must be set by the athlete, or by the athlete if they're an unassisted ramp bowler. If they're an assisted ramp bowler, it must be set by the straight direction or the specific direction of the athlete, either through a verbal instruction or physical gesturing. Your ramp assistant can't just go out there and place the ramp themselves. The athlete must give some sort of cue, whether it be verbal or visual, as to where they want that ramp placed. The ramp assistant will typically have his or her back to the pins when setting it up. Again, in some unique situations where there might be some communication challenges, the ramp assistant may turn to face the pins just to make sure they understand what the bowler is asking them to do. Again, no changes from previous years as far as ramp assisted, unassisted. Just wanted to cover that real quick. Coaches are not permitted in the lane area during competition. That's the area that's around the scores table where most of the athletes will be seated. Coaches can provide coaching from the spectator area. Bowlers may go to their coach, but they cannot leave the actual lanes to receive that coaching. And then also, any coaching cannot result in a delay of game. So it needs to be, it needs to be in between when they are up to bowl that they would come to you for coaching. Okay, lane courtesy. We don't necessarily need to cover that. Just a reminder. If your bowler's up and somebody's bowling on the lane directly to either side of them, just remind them to wait till that person has bowled before they bowl, just to give courtesy to their fellow bowlers. Alternate. A bowler who is registered for singles may also be registered as an alternate for doubles. A bowler may only compete in one event. So if they bowl singles, then that's what they are. They may not bowl singles and serve as an active alternate, meaning bowl singles and then also be bowling doubles. Once the alternate is activated, it must be declared by the head of delegation during the delegation registration period. If a bowler is activated as an alternate for the doubles team at the regional, that bowler may be the only person who advances to the state tournament as a member of the doubles team. So essentially, once you've activated an alternate for doubles, if they were to advance, then that is the team. You know, that needs to be the understanding going in. There's no switching back at that point. Attire, this is a big one that we still see from time to time. You must be in bowling appropriate attire. This includes your ramp assistants. They must be wearing, if they can't be in the same uniforms type attire, then they must still be in, you know, your correct bowling pants and a polo shirt of some sort. And then, you know, no torn, frayed, dirty clothing will be acceptable. Shirts, it must be a collared shirt. The shirt does not have to be tucked in. All competitors must wear bowling shoes. Again, just a reminder, no hats or rimless headwear will be permitted, no headphones when bowling. And then pants. It must be pants or shorts. Should have said shorts before as well. It must be a Dockers or khaki style pants. Things that aren't appropriate are cutoff shorts, shorts 3 inches above the kneecap, jeans, sweatpants, exercise pants, anything of that nature. Again, as we've done every other year, there will be a uniform inspection during the warm-up period prior to competition. So please, just once you get on site, make sure all of your bowlers are in correct bowling attire, because once we notice that they're out of uniform, we'll let you know, and we'll give you up until that first ball is rolled or their first turn would come around to get an appropriate attire. But at that point, if they're not in appropriate attire by the time they're expected to bowl, they will be disqualified for the day. So just make sure that your bowlers are in bowling appropriate attire when they arrive in the morning.
Nick,
Yep.
just one note. I know for some of the newer coaches this may be helpful. Some more experienced coaches bring some extra pants of different sizes with them in case the athlete forgets to wear the appropriate attire, and so that they have them at their disposal should they need them. It's something to consider.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks, Mike. Yeah, I've definitely seen that occur as well, where that saves an athlete from getting scratched. So that's a good suggestion.
Are we able to ask questions in the presentation?
Yeah, if it's something pertinent to what we're talking about. If not, if you could just hold it to the end, that would be great.
Actually, you just went past one regarding the headphones. If we have athletes with noise sensitivities that actually are that kind of like need a headphone to help, is that permissible or no?
My understanding is no, but I'll defer to Mike on that
one. No, that is not permissible. Earplugs, you know, like little, and we may have some that we can. May have some that we can have available, are fine, but not headphones.
Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Some support service and admin type stuff. As I mentioned, opening ceremonies will be brief. It's about 15 minutes. If you would like to nominate an athlete to recite actually, scratch that, I don't believe we do the Pledge of Allegiance, so that should have been removed. If you would like to nominate an athlete to do the athlete's oath, I should say, then please email your regional sports director regarding that, and they can help you. They can pass that information along to me. Lunches will not be provided to delegations. This is the same as it's been in previous years. However, there are, of course, snack bars at all of the bowling alleys, and the snack bars will be there if you would like to purchase or your athletes would like to purchase something for themselves. But just so you're aware, if competitors do purchase anything and are eating, that the competition will not be held up for them to eat, and then come back and bowl. If their turn comes up and they're not there ready to bowl, then they'll receive a 0 for that frame. Awards presentations will begin approximately at 1 o'clock. They'll be on the lane, so please keep your bowlers, once they're done bowling, in the general area of the lanes that they participated in, because once lanes on either side of them start to open up, we'll begin awarding on the lanes. Late arrivals will be eliminated from the competition except under extreme circumstances. I'm not going to go through a list of extreme circumstances, but of course we will be reasonable if it is an actual situation where there was no way they were going to arrive on time, and they put every effort into arriving on time. That will be the tournament director at that actual location. So it's the venue director, I should say. It'll be their call as to what those situations are and which ones will be accepted. And then again, only competitors and competition personnel, scorekeepers, lane marshals, anyone from the bowling alley, of course, are permitted in the actual lane area. Okay, so ways to advance to state. Someone must have competed in a regional tournament, of course. And the way that they are selected to advance from the regional to the state event. So all gold medalists will advance. And then some silver medalists will advance. This was something that was implemented back in 2014. It came up because of some concern about space. So it's a random draw of all silver medalists. The draw will occur either the Monday or Tuesday following the regional bowling tournament. The number drawn will be based on the space that's available, after the number of gold medalists. So there's 200 total bowlers. Let's say we have 150 gold medalists. Off the top of my head, I do not have any idea how many divisions I created, so that's just a complete shot in the dark. Don't hold me to that there's 150 divisions. So let's say there's 150 divisions. That would give us 150 gold medalists, and therefore there would be 50 silver medalists that advance. So past that 50 silver medalists, the rest of the silver medalists would still be drawn. There would be a wait list. Once the drawing is concluded, an email will be sent out to the areas letting you know who's been selected. It will include the gold medalists and the first group of silver medalists that were selected and have a spot. Areas must confirm people who have been selected are okay to attend no later than Monday, November 21st. At that point, before the 21st, if we receive any notification, we will reallot those spots. After Monday the 21st, anyone that we're informed cannot attend, unfortunately, we will not be giving those spots away. If we do not hear from an area, we will proceed under the understanding that they are not using any spots, and we will reallocate all of those spots. So please be sure to confirm that your bowlers are okay to come. Don't just think, okay, this list looks great. I don't need to tell them anything because I don't need any changes. If that happens, we will go under the impression that no one from your area is coming, and we will remove your entire delegation. So please be sure to confirm that your bowlers are okay to come, and let us know that. The coaches webinar for the state championship is Monday, November 21st at 7 p.m. There's the registration link there. You can access that when the slides are sent out in the follow-up. Please, everyone, sign up for that now. It's a lot easier to sign up now and just simply not attend if someone from your county or your team does not advance, than it is to try to find the information in 2 weeks if someone does advance. All right, any questions, comments, anything at all? If you've muted your phone, please press *6 to unmute if you have any questions.
Nick, Mike, this is Al Meinhardt.
Hey Al, how are you?
Clarification on audio headsets that do music and such or have a cable versus noise-canceling earmuffs.
Neither are permitted.
Okay.
Like I say, earplugs are fine, but no headphones.
Earplugs being, that you would use if you're a light sleeper or
Right.
if you work around heavy machinery, not earplugs being like wireless earbuds.
Right. Yeah. I mean, the little foam kinds that fit inside your ears are appropriate. And this isn't anything new. This has been the case, at least for the last 3 or 4 years. As far as I know, it's been the case forever.
Hello, Nick.
Yes.
I have some bowlers that need to be scratched. When do you want that list?
If you could just email me that list tomorrow, that would be perfect, or even
Okay.
tonight.
What
All right.
what county is that?
Washington County.
Okay. No, we got some from Howard County earlier today. Didn't want you to be redundant. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And is that when I let you know that I have one ramp bowler?
They should have already been registered as a ramp bowler, but...
But this is her first year, so that she's been using a ramp. So I didn't
Okay,
know.
so if you're concerned that maybe she wasn't registered as a ramp bowler because it is her first year, yes, feel free to pass me that name along as well in the same email.
Okay, thanks.
And just to clarify with that, her average was obtained using a ramp. Is that correct?
It was, yes.
Fine. Yeah.
All right, any other questions?
Yes, this is Ann from Calvert. I don't know if anybody else from Calvert's on here. I'm driving my car now, so I can't see any slides. I would need to know what time they need to be here. So I also need to know so I can print out slides for people.
And I'm having a little bit of a hard time hearing you. I heard the first part of the question. So delegation registration begins at 9. It's from 9 to 9:45. And then the competition begins at 10:30. So
And that's in Glen Burnie for Calvert. Okay.
that's all of them. So it's your choice when to tell them to arrive, but they would obviously have to be there before 10:30 because that's when bowling starts.
Actually, they need to be
Okay.
there before.
Are you sending out an email with these information on it so I
Yes,
can copy the
All of the
information?
information from tonight will be sent out in a follow-up.
And
All right, thank you.
just to clarify something Nick just said, actually they need to be there by 9:45 because we need scratches by
That's
9:45.
the last time scratches can be submitted. Yes, thank you,
Right.
Mike.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Any other questions? All right, thank you very much, everyone. I look forward to seeing all of you next Sunday, or actually this Sunday, excuse me. Thank you very much, everyone. Have a good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Night.
Thank you.